She noticed something weird about the wall clock. It ticked, but the hand never moved. Then she saw it, a faint blinking red light hidden in the corner. That was when Busola realized someone had been watching her. Not from the outside, not through the windows, but from inside the house. The man who gave her the keys was behind it all, her landlord. The same man she greeted every morning. The same man that offered her more light bulbs and extra security. He had been watching her undress, sleep, cry, and you know what? It wasn't finished yet. This is that real story. This is the story of Busola and how a landlord, Mr. Bayo, that rented out an apartment to her, planted not one, but multiple cameras in her apartment. Busola is a 24-year-old lady. For the past 3-4 years, she had lived through school and NYSC in her sister's apartment somewhere in Lagos. But you know, of course, after NYSC, she needed to get a job, so she started job hunting. After a while, she was able to secure an admin role, although the job was not paying so much, but at least it was enough for her to survive. So after a while, after saving for like 2 or 3 months, she started to look for an apartment with her friend Femi. Eventually, they were able to get one apartment somewhere in Ikeja, in Mr. Bayo's house. Mr. Bayo happens to be the landlord, and so he was happy to give that one-room apartment to Busola, of course. Busola paid, she moved in. Her friend helped her to pack her belongings, and so they came in. Of course, you know, she was a young lady, somebody that was just starting life, so there wasn't really much in her apartment. So out of kind gesture, at least for now, Mr. Bayo, the landlord, offered her some light bulbs to put in her room, to put in her kitchen, to put in her bathroom or toilet, whichever one you want to call it. And he also offered her a Bluetooth speaker. On top of all of this, he said Busola reminded him of his daughter. So Busola settled in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months down the line. But something happened one day. Busola observed something. She noticed that each time she was having a bath, she felt washed. And this usually would happen whenever she was in the bathroom or at night. She just noticed something weird. It was not normal. So because of this, she was becoming conscious of whatever she was doing in the house. So one of those times, because of her curiosity, she noticed that the wall clock in her room was ticking, but the hands were not moving. And then she was like, how can a wall clock be ticking and the hands are not moving? That means something is not right. So one of those times, Femi eventually came to visit. And then Femi also noticed this. So on visiting, Busola told Femi that I noticed something about this wall clock. It is ticking, but the hands are not moving. So Femi also looked at it and also observed it. And so he brought down the wall clock. They noticed a blinking red light at the back of the wall clock. And they discovered that it was a camera planted inside the wall clock. Well, because they discovered this, they also decided to look around in the apartment. This search led them to check in the shower head, and they noticed there was a camera planted inside of the shower head, right above Busola whenever she was having a bath. There was another camera planted inside one of those light bulbs that was given by Mr. Bayo, the landlord. And yes, there was another one attached to the Bluetooth speaker, and many others that were discovered. This singular incident threw Busola into serious agony, serious pain, serious shock. Because of this, she invited her sister, she invited police. And then when the police people came, they went into the house, they searched everywhere, they made some other discoveries. Before we get back into the story, I'd like to talk about the sponsor of this episode, Anova Homes Limited. It's a real estate company located in Lagos. Ever dreamt of owning a home that doesn't just look good? Well, welcome to Anova Homes Limited, where premium meets affordability. From beautiful residential homes to strategic commercial spaces, Anova is building more than properties. They are building legacies. So whether you're a first-time home buyer or seasoned investor, they've got flexible payment plans, smart locations, and homes that just make sense. Anova Homes is not just a real estate company, it's real value. If you'd like to learn more about their products, their properties, you can just call any of the numbers on the screen. Okay, let's get back to the story. They noticed some hard drives, they noticed some footage, and they picked all of this, they searched everything. They discovered that there was a particular room at the back of the compound that was never opened, except for one person, the landlord. He was the only one who had access to this room. And so they prompted him to open the room, and that was where they discovered even more hard drives. They discovered screens, and they discovered so many other footage, even of old tenants that had left the apartment, and mostly ladies. One of the footage revealed a woman that had left Nigeria to Canada. Everything about her was there. Whenever she was sleeping, whenever she was having a bath, whenever she was undressing, so many things like that. In fact, so many things I don't want to say on this video. So, Mr. Bayo was asked what exactly he was doing with all of this. He said he was doing nothing with them. It was just for safety and to make sure that everybody that lived in his apartment was secure. This sounded very stupid to the ears, and it's quite unbelievable. And so, the police made away with him and he was locked up. But you know what? This singular incident had led Busola in shock. She is traumatized. She is now paranoid because now she doesn't trust any electronic gadgets. In fact, her laptop webcam was sealed. Her phone cameras were always blurred out, all because she didn't want to be watched or seen. Eventually, she moved out of the apartment and then went back to stay with her sister for some time. So over time, Busola had to reflect on how many women, how many innocent women had to go through this pain that she's currently going through. My advice to you today is always trust your instinct when something feels off. Because the moment Busola noticed something was off, she could have taken action. So, that was the real story for today. Let me know exactly what you could have done if you were to be in Busola's shoes. And have you ever suspected something strange in your home? Please share in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. So if this story gave you chills or made you think twice about your surroundings, please do something for me. Hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and also make sure you share this story with someone who might also learn from it and also love good stories. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss stories like this, because I drop new stories every day, raw, new, and unforgettable. And until next time when I come your way, stay safe and always remember, be nice to people.